So this is the circle warm-up, and this is a full body mobility session that we recommend you do every day as part of your warm-up for your skill and balance training. It's also great as part of a warm-up for any other movement or training that you're doing as well. It should take you about 5 to 10 minutes. This video is designed for you to follow along. So just follow along with us for the first few sessions until you can do it yourself from memory. So we're going to start with our neck for our neck circles. So basically you're bringing your chin down to your chest to start, and then just drawing a big circle with your head, which is just moving your neck through its full range of motion. Now you don't need to push through pain or any serious discomfort with any of this. It's just exploring your current range of motion. If certain areas feel stiff, then just back off and just do what is currently comfortable for you, but you can feel a little bit of that stretch sensation, which is good. So going nice and slow, we want to aim for 5 circles in one direction and then 5 circles in the other direction. If these do feel stiff at first, with consistent practice you'll notice that they loosen up quite nicely. Just take it all nice and slow and focus on improving your range of motion gradually, day by day. So once you've done 5 circles one direction, 5 circles the other direction, we'll move on to shoulder circles. So I'm going to show you from the side. Basically you're trying to move your shoulders in as big a circle as possible. So coming up and back, up and forward, down and forward, down and back. Again, 5 in one direction and then reversing that into the opposite direction. And that is your shoulder circles. Then we've got arm circles. Starting with our hands to our side like this. I'm going to show you one slowly and you can increase the speed gradually. Thumbs facing up. Then your hand rotates so your palm is facing away from you as you come down on this side. Then it rotates again. Thumb is facing up, palm facing in. Rotate and repeat. So start off slowly, and over time you can increase the speed so it becomes a bit more of a swing. 5 in one direction, 5 in the other direction. Obviously doing both sides as well. So you want to get a little bit of trunk involvement here. So it is making a circle with your arm, but a big part of it is how much your trunk is moving as well. Then we've got hip circles. So standing nice and wide, feet about shoulder width apart or a little bit more, and then poking your hips back as far as you can, and then you're just drawing a big circle with your hips. You can have your hand on your hips if that helps. Big circle in one direction. Again, 5 in the one direction, and then reversing in the opposite direction. This can feel a little bit weird and hard to coordinate at first, but over time you'll be able to get that nice and smooth, and you can increase the speed as you get used to it as well. But to start with, just keeping it nice and slow. So those are your hip circles. Then we've got knee circles. So feet together this time, knees together as well, and then trying to draw a big circle with your knees. So you're coming forward and out, and then over to the other side, then coming back and in. So this is a really great way to mobilize your knees and ankles. Going 5 in one direction, 5 in the other direction. Again, it can feel a little bit awkward to coordinate at first, but over time that will get smoother, and you can even speed it up a little bit as well. Next one is ankle circles. Standing on one leg, pointing your toe down as much as you can, and then you're drawing a circle with your toe, which is making your ankle go in a nice big circle. So as big as you can go. Again, it can feel a little bit jerky at first. Over time, that will smooth out. And again, it's really good to just get these ankles moving in all directions, especially after they've been in boots for so long. They can get quite stiff, boots and shoes. So 5 in one direction, 5 in the other direction, and then swapping sides. It's also a great way to get some extra single leg balance going. If you want to train that balance even more, you can close your eyes, but only if you're confident with that. The main thing is that you're getting that ankle movement. Great, so that's your ankle circles. Next we'll come down into seated hip circles. So at first this won't look like much of a circle, but all we're doing is sitting down, holding our body weight up like this with our hands, and then rotating down like so. So this is a really important movement for your hips to get through that internal and external rotation, something that they don't get very often throughout your day-to-day life. So 5 reps to each direction, and where this turns into more of a circle, I'll just demonstrate, is when you do it without assistance. You have your arms out like so, and you're drawing a big circle with your arms like that. And that's a really great way to increase your hip mobility and control. Great. Next one we call cat circles. So the reason we call it cat circles is because you can envision yourself like a bit of a cat. There's an angry cat with its back arched up like this, and then there's a happy cat like this. And the cat circle is where you go between those, but trying to move your trunk in a bit of a circle. So it's a really great way to mobilize your upper back. And you'll be going, again, 5 in one direction and then 5 in the other direction to balance it out. Again, quite a difficult one to coordinate at first, but over time you can get that nice and smooth, and you can increase the pace as well. Next one we're just calling dog circles. To go with the cat circles, it's like a wrist warm-up as well as a big toe extension exercise. So from here we are scooping in one direction out like so, and loading up your wrists as much as you can. That can be pretty challenging on the wrists at first, but over time you'll improve your range of motion. As you go in backwards in that direction, then just have your toes extended like that. It's a really great way to mobilize your toes, which can get quite stiff from the shoes and the boots. So again, 5 in one direction, 5 in the other direction. You can also change your wrist placement to make that a bit of a challenge, or a bit of extra challenge, and also some more variation. And you can also turn your wrist backwards like that. Just do whatever you're comfortable with. Over time, they'll become more and more flexible. Those wrist mobilizations are especially important as part of a warm-up for some of the other things we'll be doing in mobility. So try and do those every day, and once you've done that whole circle warm-up, you'll be ready to get stuck into any of the other training that you're doing, skill, balance, or mobility.